So I would say, Darren, without us getting too technical, the main two components of your site conditions come down to the fill and come down to the fall of the block. And generally, to help people understand that, we'll explain a bit more detail. But the higher the fall, the higher or the more fill there is, the higher you can expect your site cost to be. Basically, is the general summary. Obviously, it's more technical than that.
So I guess I'm going to probably start with an engineering plan, and we mentioned that earlier. Um, so an engineering plan is almost like the builder's plan for your home. So it's the plan of which the developer's now going to construct the finished land. So sometimes it might be simply they're going to use exactly the land that's there and they don't need to change that whatsoever. It could be that they're on a rural lot and it's just simply put a driveway in and have electricity and stuff at the front, and that's it. But otherwise, in most land estates, they're going to construct roads, they're going to put in footpaths, they're then going to construct lots. They have to make sure that the land is above the flood levels and that if it does rain a lot, which it's doing at the moment, that the water can get away and that, your house isn't going to get flooded. So in order to do that, they often will bring in soil and lift the natural ground to get it so that the water will run off on those blocks. So that's number one, is the fill, and that's where they're moving soil around on that subdivision to create I guess a platform, one that's going to be easy to build on, hopefully flat where possible, and two, to have water run away on that area. So again, more often than not these days, you'll see both sides of the street running to the road where possible, and then the road becomes like a carriageway for water if there's huge amounts of rain. So that's number one. And then number two is the fall. So again, they're looking at, well, how does this, there really isn't a truly flat block. Every block tends to have a little bit of fall or it could be a huge amount of fall. But what actually happens when that's the case is the engineering plan will illustrate where that fall is, what direction it is, what it looks like. And that's going to be the basis of what most builders will fix their site costs on. So, it's getting you that information so that you know up front what, sort of costs are potentially related to your block of land.